So my name is Alejandro. Born and raised in Mexico, and I've been living in the U.S. for almost 12 years now. Actually, I just passed the 12-year mark. Um, Moved to Texas for school. Then I came to Pittsburgh. I was lured into it because I visited in December when they only had flakes. And I thought, oh, if that's winter, I can handle it. No, I should have come here in January and see the reality of it. But anyway, I liked it. I stayed. I made it my home for a while, and then I got the itch of the nomadic life. And in 2016, I hit the road, and I was able to sustain it for about a year and a half or so, and then it didn't work. And I came back to what I knew as my new home, which was Pittsburgh, and here I am now. I have not left the nomadic life. I do it now in installments. Pittsburgh is my base home, but I travel. I perform across the country. I perform in other countries. Actually, I'm going back to Mexico in January to do 4 concerts. So, still embracing the nomadic life when I can.
So you're a traveling gigolo. What are you performing?
Traveling gigolo is one of the things I advertise on my website. I don't get many gigs with that, but on the side I'm a musician. Yeah, when the gigolo thing doesn't work, I play music. I play a very rare instrument called bandoneon. It's for Argentine tango.
Wow. Intense.
Most people confuse it with the accordion, and then, we have a conversation about it when they say, oh, nice little accordion. And I have my routine for that. But I travel playing Argentine tango music, and just any opportunity I have to travel, I do it. I'm actually building my day job to be flexible enough so I can travel. I'm an interpreter and translator, so that leaves me room here and there to even sometimes do a weekend traveling or a few days at a time, so I can continue living that nomadic dream.
So why do you travel? Other than work reasons, obviously, for finding gigs and whatnot, what drives you to travel?
You know how a lot of people think that when you travel, you're in a constant vacation, right? I think that's the common view. To me, it's not a vacation. It's a lifestyle like it is to you guys. These guys are nomads. They're traveling the country as usual. I'm comfortable in a constant traveling state. I don't know if that somebody has registered that statement, but when I'm constantly traveling, that's when I feel at my best. That's when I feel complete. That's when I feel happy. That's when I feel like I'm living my life. I've tried the 9 to 5 a million times. It has never worked. I've walked away from really good jobs that were not good for me, but they were good for someone else. Every time I try to get out of the traveling life, it pulls me back and I go to it. So that's my call.
It's like organized crime.
Yeah. Is that part of the gig? No. Well, I'm fortunate that when I travel for tango activities, there's tango communities all over the country and actually all over the world that are usually very welcoming. And, I stay with friends, or it's part of the job to stay at some place and perform. So usually that's the way it works. It's usually through tango for me because, that's mainly what I do. But I've been very fortunate as well to, get friends and followers, I guess, in different places. And I just go visit them. It's hard because they don't have a place to come visit me, but I can always go visit them and have a good time. I do that as much as I can, as much as possible, as frequently as possible. And it's just, the way I like it. As cliche as it sounds, I love to go back home in Yucatan, Mexico, because every time I go, I feel more like a foreigner. People even speak to me in English sometimes, which is weird because I still look Mexican, and according to me. But Southeast Asia was a fantastic area for me to visit. I really loved it. 2015, I was there for a month. Last December, I was in Barcelona, which I really want to go back. Barcelona, Spain. It's a really fun town, great tango, and really cool city. And I'm doing better at visiting more of the US. I really would like to explore more of the West Coast. I've been to Reno, I've been to Las Vegas, but I want to explore more of that that I haven't seen enough. Of course, I've been to the Grand Canyon, but that's its own place. What inspires me when I travel? I think the sense of adventure, that I don't know where I'm going to end up tomorrow. The people I'm going to meet, the things I'm going to see. But again, not the vacation style, like, oh, I need to see this monument, I need to see this thing, because, that's what you see when you visit this town. No, it's just that random exploration that all of a sudden you find an interesting person, an interesting place, something to do. And to me, as you guys know, I'm always open for barbecue. So when I find barbecue, that's a gain for me. Or finding any quirky spot where I can just stop and enjoy. Yeah.
Did you travel much in Mexico before you came to the States?
No, that's a teeny tiny regret in my life. I don't know much of Mexico, but there's always a chance to go back. So I know mostly the southeast of Mexico and a little bit of the northwest. When I was living and studying in El Paso, Texas, I was able to cross back and forth. But no, that's something is in my wish list to see more of my own country. The pros and cons of nomadic life. Well, you guys are more experienced than I am on that field, but have savings as much as you can, as many sources and resources as you can. Be ready for change. Be ready for the unexpected. Be ready to completely change your plans. Oops, that doesn't happen to me yet. So be ready to change your plans. Be ready to adjust. As I said, try to have some savings, different streams of revenue if you can. And if you just plan to do it for a short time, then just go enjoy and go back to your normal life and have that experience. But definitely be prepared as much as you can, because the road could be harder than regular life because nothing is stable, which is part of the fun, but it's part of the difficulty as well. As you're doing this, hopefully it will be an eye-opening experience for others. And, I'll keep enjoying your posts on Facebook and Instagram.